How are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm great. Do you want to do your opening?
This is due
Typically,
by
when somebody
Friday.
asks you a question that can be answered with yes or no, it's considered decorous to respond
Oh,
by saying yes or no.
decorous? I didn't go to new college. I went to an
I
old
barely
college.
went there.
I don't know what decorous is that like acting like the character Ted Danson plays on the show? I've never
This is due by Friday. A week. Now, see, what happened there was you asked me a question that could be answered by yes or no, and instead I started doing something different. Did you find that frustrating when I did that?
Oh no, I got excited.
Oh, you answered with a yes. Okay. Oh, really? Ooh. I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna turn off my YouTube. Oh shit! Gotta turn off my YouTube.
Get the channel changer. Turn off the YouTube. That's
The
not that
channel,
funny.
the channel changer. Everybody has a special name for that.
Was that
Some people call it the
an
dingus.
Ohio?
Some people call it the remote. My friend Dennis, I believe you've heard Dennis Gephardt. Dennis would say, "Could you hand me the robot?" And I always like that.
Okay. Okay.
This is
Okay.
this is
Okay.
1992. Is that all right with you?
That's okay. Sure. A robot. Fine.
Well, no, but
Oh,
that's what makes it kind of metaphorical and funny.
that's kind of
It
decorous.
would be like calling your dog Calvin Coolidge and then expecting him to serve poorly. I mean, it's
That's a little unfair.
dogged. Shut up. Dogative determinism.
No.
Dognative. Is
No.
that a thing? Hmm?
This is Due by Friday, a weekly challenge podcast with Alex Cox and Merlin Mann. This week's challenge: watch video. Fuck me! Did I not remember what it's called?
Video
Oh,
Fuck Me, I don't remember what it's called, by
video
Alex
fuck.
Ross Perry, 2025.
I had a
You were very
very
close. No, I had to look it up a bunch of times. I think it's Video Heaven with, I'm not
video
sure if it has a
heaven,
space according to different sources.
and it exactly on the
It's not that
Criterion
difficult.
Channel.
I mean, the string still is close
It
enough.
it is difficult. It's difficult, just like
Difficult, lemon difficult.
the how would you write out drop down menu?
Oh, what year?
Oh,
Now?
yes.
Drop down one word, no space, no dash, no question.
Interesting.
There's a relevant part of Sprunk and White that has turned out to be. I don't know if it'll always be this way, but it's. I'm not saying they invented it, but it's something they said a long time ago. There's a tendency in English, especially with neologisms, to start as two separate words, and then to get usually like at some point you might get a dash between them, and then they often become one word or one even like shortened word. Like suitcase used to be two words. Electronic mail, right? That kind of thing.
My issue is with every tech, not every, but a lot of tech companies have a different way of writing that. And then I kind of feel like I'm doing the Apple dance of, do I put an article in front of iPod? This is iPhone. On iPhone, you can text blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah. I mean, I think that's as you're implying.
it's so stupid. I shouldn't
But I
care.
think it's no, that's okay. I mean, we don't pick what we care about unless we're dumb. But no. But I think based on usage, I don't have a copy of a style guide or anything. But based on the ridiculous way that, especially during, I want to say, introductory keynote type things, people doing those little chalk talks will just assiduously avoid using an article before the name of an Apple device. And it sounds really stupid to me. And I'm not saying I won't do it, but it depends heavily on the context. In over 80% of context, I would never drop the article. Because you sound like you're trying to sound smart, and you sound like you're trying to say something confusing. If you said to somebody, you would say to somebody, could you unlock your iPhone? Or like, do you know where I left my iPhone? or I don't know. Those are different. That's pronouns versus articles.
Exactly.
But no. But take what I'm saying. If you went to a family event, like you already are so basically Todd from Jury Duty. Like you're already so fucking weird. I could just imagine you showing up to take care of the baby and say, "Has anyone seen iPhone?"
No, it's okay to
It's not.
say my or based on at least Apple keynotes or Apple documentation.
I'm just trying to say, I think it's just a question of clarity and disambiguation. And like, in most of our, like, you learn this the hard way, much like Lucia Kaskin did with her dog and onions. You learn this the hard way. But, but, in the ideally sort of easy flow back and forth with people, and I do actually think about this, even if I don't always pick the path of least resistance. I do always try to think about, like, if I say this in this way, will this be jarring to the flow? And if it is jarring to the flow, that's probably bad, right? Which it usually is, unless I'm trying to be funny, in which case it can be funny. But like, if you're just trying to have a conversation with a stranger about a very anodyne subject, you don't want to say things that make you sound like a weirdo and cause them to go like, what is this, a performance? You know what I mean?
No, the world's a stage, so I mean,
Yeah, but you're merely a player. You're barely even a player.
I'm Todd. Okay.
How great is it when he at the top of the film he's walking through the store and if you're like me, it took you a second before you go, oh right, that's Maya Hawke's dad.
Wait.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, that
Video Heaven 2025 by Alex Ross Perry. Oh, I like what we were talking about though. That too. Do you know who Maya Hawke is? Are you familiar with her? You might know her from the she was on the Stranger Things show a few years ago.
she was.
She worked in the ice cream shop with John Ralphio.
Yes, she was.
She had to wear that. Oh my God! Do you remember her adorable little outfit? I do.
I do.
She got locked in something.
They got locked in there together.
I know, but you lock a sailor girl in a container ship. Bob's your uncle. See, now that was all very disruptive because I was trying to be clever.
You jarred me, but it was funny. See, you're right. It was a good jar.
You have a lot of things like chair pants. I've been thinking about it.
Yes, I do.
He calls them chants.
Yes, but I think
The physical
a lot
comedy of him trying to sit down on the bus and in the jury box is so fucking funny to me. And then the reactions from everybody watching him try to sit on the bus with crutches on his ass. Do you remember how funny that was the first time you saw it? It starts with that kind of long-ish shot from inside the lobby of the hotel of Todd outside waiting for the shuttle and trying to negotiate using he's made pants that have a chair built into them. The chair is just two crutches on hinges.
I remember
and it's quite ungainly in use.
I remember seeing that and losing my mind because, well, one, it's funny, and two, I'm like, yep, that's the thing I want.
I definitely see you in that, but of course I see myself in that, obviously.
It was the moment, though, where he is sitting in
when the judge asks him why he's not sitting down.
That's when I accepted that I enjoy physical comedy more than I would like to admit to myself.
Right.
And
yeah.
I'm like, all right, I think it's funny when Fat Amy throws up for 10 minutes and then the whole in Pitch
Perfect?
in Pitch Perfect.
Oh yeah.
I
or like when she splits her crotch
at
the top of I think it's 3. She splits her crotch and while she's spinning around on a pink rope.
Oh my God!
You ever swing around a pink rope?
God, that's a good.
What's Pink hang from? Does she hang from a scarf? What does she hang from?
I don't have.
Pink does those aerial acrobatics. It's kind of a running bit, I think.
The hangy thing.
It's like Cirque du Soleil strip pole. I think I saw them open for REM once.
It's a strip loop. Oh, I bet
strip
that
loop.
has a word. A strip loop, like
strip loop.
The burlesque,
bump bag,
like
Charleston chew,
rings, the like circus rings that burlesque performers
is
get
that
around.
A piercing?
There's sure.
Maddie got circus rings this weekend. Oh, cool. I would have no way of knowing. Yeah,
See that too.
yeah, we went up to Evanston this weekend and got Palmerhorst. You did what? Yeah. Used to be I
So-
couldn't sit down for a week, and now I can't stand up for a week.
Oh, not going to dignify that with words.
I think the thing is, and I'm not saying I'm good at this, but that doesn't mean I'm not aware of this. I'm not good at this, and sometimes I am, as the Brits say, too clever by half. And like, if I put a hat on a hat, and I do a dumb thing, and I end up causing confusion and delay.
You?
Yes, I am motherfucking. No, who would that be? Henry? I was about to say Sir Topham Hatt, but it would be Henry's the one who causes confusion and delay, I think.
I thought that was Ringo. I get.
No, you're thinking of George Carlin or possibly Alec Baldwin. Or Daniel Baldwin. Baldwin. Book bag.
I think I followed up until the third hat or the third Baldwin, as he's called.
But that's the thing. In the Back to the Future or Nirvana, like, you know, like Doug's got to be the arc between the connection and the box. That's the only way that the lightning will get transmitted for the flux capacitor, is if Doug is holding the line from the top of the CN tower as he touches that awesome make-believe electrical cabinet on the street.
Did you finish Nirvana, the band, movie? Even though
that makes two movies this year. You know what? I'm going to say there's three things. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Our methods include no. I cut to a Michael Palin joke there because I think it's funny when he keeps saying adding tools to the many tools that they have. It used to be funny. Testament of Ann Lee. What Have You Done? And Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. And this is a phrase I did use last night on the internet. I feel like I might be the only person who can see these things. Like if I see them out of the corner of my eye and I look and they're gone, like some kind of shoe gremlin or something. Like, I swear to Christ, well, obviously we talked about, the Testament of Ann Lee, where I'm like, this is so special and different, right? That I don't know if you've been watching it. I'm obsessed with What Have You Done? I cannot stop watching the episodes over and over because I just figured it out last night. Finally, it's two of my favorite things from the '90s. Absolutely. I mean, what it reminds me most of, two things from the '90s. It's an interview show in a pedalo boat in Ramsgate, and it's like Space Ghost meets Dr. Katz. But the third thing, I got to say, of course you guys are right. I knew you were right. Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie is a little bit brain melting. And satisfying on whatever level you want to enjoy it at. I know that I started the movie 4 times. I watched the first act up to the part where, who's the good looking guy? What's his name? Jay? Oh, Bird.
Jay.
Yeah, Bird. Yes. Jay is at this point.
Get it? Because he's called.
Yeah,
called Bird.
I got it on the third watch. I figured it out. I figured out completely Bird and to put the whole thing together. And I'm just out there. They're just watching me move. Like no talking. They're just watching. Nobody has an energy like that kid. Oh my God, his energy, and it really works also in BlackBerry. Honestly, with the headband, the headband was the only thing that could improve over the Trilby. I think was giving him a headband. Does anybody know what we're talking about? We're talking about all kinds of things. Hey, exciting year for media.
Hey, everybody.
3 things that made me happy.
There are 2 Well, my favorite film of last year was Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. And my second, if I had seen it last year, my second favorite movie would have been The Testament of Ann Lee.
Those are instantly in my top whatever. Like instant. Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. In the after show.
And I didn't discover, I couldn't get Nirvana until, it came out. Because it was all telesyncs and I'm not a monster. But I stole a copy and I bought a copy. Because I'm an ally.
I literally almost said thank you.
Applaud, though.
Unironically,
I wish we had just a little bit of applause that we played like 5 to 11 times per episode, like barely audible amounts of applause because of the glory with which we were covering ourselves. Because I'm not a quitter. I'm just fine.
Hey everybody,
Two
Nirvana, the
movies.
band, the show, the movie.
Yeah, like it needs another evangelist.
I
People are
I-
fatigued by recommendations, Alex. They're fatigued.
Who? Well, they're
You're not
not.
reading the Times? You haven't seen this? No. It is really, really good. But here's the thing. Like, okay, for you and Max, yeah, I mean, 1,000%. It's like you and that guy who interviews Trump voters. Like, you know that the backstory of Room 101 or whatever that's called. Like, you know that kid, and like you know that this show. I have watched the first 3 episodes of this show and this movie, and I do like it. But I want to love it and I want to understand it, right? In a way that's safe. For example, a lot of people might not coming into it, and they might go, "Oh, I get it. This is cute." If they've made it as far as the Back to the Future part, they might go, "Oh, that's cute. That's a cute nod." If they've made it through the initial CN Tower thing, like, you think the first one's good? Holy Christ! They got through the first CN Tower thing and go, "Okay, I don't completely understand how they did that." Because I think I'd know the seams, right? So you can appreciate it for any of those things. But the truth is I mean, let me just say my speculation, and you tell me: is it not fair to say that so much of the richness of this show, maybe like the Milkshake Show, maybe like a lot of jokey formulaic shows, maybe let's say like What Have You Done, or Mr. Show, but like, shows that have an exact, very similar format for everything, every episode. Right? Or like Phineas and Ferb, hey Ferb, I know what we're doing today. Like there's like a way every episode goes. Isn't it the richness of having watched dozens of hours of the TV show that then makes the movie quadruple miraculous in a way that it wouldn't for somebody who hadn't seen the show?
I don't
Because
know.
the drag it's always the Rivoli every week, right? Is to get a gig. That's every single episode of the show is the same, right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm not saying every, but I mean, like, you know what I mean.
Comedy. It's Canadian comedy. The premise.
It's so Canadian.
It's so Canadian.
Sorry.
The premise of Nirvana, the band, the show, is these 2 friends who are in a band called Nirvana, the band.
Nirvana has 2 ends.
They have
sorry, technically 3 ends, but it's spelled with you know what I mean? It's not spelled the same, and of course they're very perplexed why people can never get it straightened out when they keep saying they're Nirvana, the band.
On the show, every week, the plan is to play a show at the Rivoli.
It's like a bar. It's like, I mean, it's not like playing at the O2 or Rogers Center or MSG, right? I mean, it's like a small club, right?
Yeah,
but it's not CBGB, is what I'm saying.
It's not. If you were, hey, I know Chicago people are here. It would be like playing at Shoe Buzz, which is kind of like a back room, but still kind of a venue type of situation.
Yeah,
but
that's every episode. There's 2 guys. Like you got Jay and you got Doug, and Jay is this very talented musician and kind of this, I would say, the straight man, and Doug is the nut, and Doug has these like wonderfully harebrained. Like, basically, God, speaking of Rick Mayall and Adrian Edmondson, they're almost like Warner Brothers cartoons. His ideas for how 2 guys with terrible, terrible songs are going to go play at this little club in Toronto. Mm-hmm. And now 17 years have passed. 17 years have passed.
They've been doing this for 17 years.
But 17 years. For 17 years they've been doing this. And Jay is not, especially after the CN Tower thing, he's not so sure he wants to keep doing this. Can you do an open mic solo? Remember how he luxuriates over that conversation? Just having a minute to talk to a stranger in a way that lets him imagine a world without Doug. It's so fucking funny. I could just come up there and do it like by myself. Media's death.
If you're like, oh man, I need to watch a show to see a movie, I worried that maybe people would not appreciate this movie without seeing the show, and so I brought 3 people for the 3rd time I saw it. I brought my spouse who had only seen
had been subject to your incredibly annoying bits over and over.
Yes.
And hey, you know that thing you hate that I do? Want to watch 2 hours of it?
Yes. And was like, all right. And someone who had no idea what Nirvana, the band, the show was, and just knew, okay, this is made by the director of Blackberry, and I love Blackberry. So
That's Jay.
and that, no, that is Doug.
Okay. No, I mean, I know he's in the movie. I didn't know. Yeah, yeah. I don't know Jay from anything else. I mean, that's not. I'm sorry. That sounded insulting. I didn't mean it that way. I just mean
no.
I know Doug almost exclusively. I know him. 80% of how I knew Doug before I watched this is he's the guy with the headband who's outstanding in Blackberry.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that then there was, and that also he plays an idiot in an unflattering hat and torn up jeans on this show that you won't fucking shut up about, the two of you.
And Jay McCarroll is actually primarily a composer, and I think
That guy plays piano like ringing a bell.
Oh my God! If you listen to the score
No
of this
talking,
movie,
just me dancing, just me moving. Remember I'm talking about the very, very first thing, and you come out and you vamp.
oh my!
It's so funny. It's so funny. I've said this before. Really goes for David Brent. This goes for, I guess, Michael Scott. Conversely, it goes for so many people. But David Brent was always the greatest example of this to me. It's very, and John Cleese. John Cleese as Basil Fawlty would be the classic. To watch somebody trying to be high status, trying to thinking they're acting cool, thinking they're pulling it off, and then you getting or watching someone else watch them not pull it off is funny. Like, you don't need to know anything about The Office UK to see the scene of Ricky Gervais dancing at the party to immediately go like, oh man, I know this guy. And that's kind of Doug.
I don't know.
Not in a bad way, but like he's very unfiltered. He's at his most humane when he's improvising with strangers on the street. When he comes across as very kind and like solicitous, but like left to his own devices, he's a fucking maniac.
That's I think what is special about this and what makes it Canadian, not just in comedic style, but just how it's presented.
Yeah, like approach.
These are
it's almost like it requires a slightly different worldview, where you'd feel like you should apologize to people on a tour bus.
So one time
This feels deeply Ontario to me.
it's such a good. And anyway, this movie again, if you enjoy media the way I do, I still think it feels very much like Orson Welles' F for Fake, because you watch it.
And there's one where Doug straight breaks, right? Isn't there one where he like when he's doing one of the whiteboard things? Doesn't he at one point? I didn't catch it at first. He like kind of straight breaks and talks to the camera, right? Like the us camera. Because who's the cameraman? What's his name?
Oh fuck!
But he's somehow always there, and they figure out a way for him to have an old
like you're
camera.
The Matrix.
That was so funny! Oh my god!
Every time someone holds a camera, no, just have to say, you look like you're in the Matrix, and oh boy. I am the Merlin Man of this movie. Just say words of it over and over, and people don't know
where those orbits are.
About.
Gotta get the orbits.
In 2008.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then, I love that stuff.
A moment. Were you?
It's kind of like Primer for very stupid people, raves Merlin Man. And yes, I know it's pronounced Primer, but I didn't say Primer, because if I said Primer, it would be disruptive to the conversation. Continue.
Yeah.
See? That's why I say pin number, Syracuse. Fucking idiot. Because if I say pin, people aren't going to know. They're going to think I'm talking about Needles or a song by the Searchers.
I turn null for that. People know.
Nice.
If you say pin, people understand. What's your pin? Is this one of those generational things?
Can I point two interesting cognitive errors you've evinced in this very episode?
Please.
With relationship to whether people are even conceptually, whether it's even possible for them to like Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, and whether quote everybody knows what it means when you say pin. I I think you're not wrong about those things, but I think that very heavily reflects things about you rather than the world.
I said I think. I think people
But
who
put more saliently, if you were talking to somebody in your family, you would leave off. You would not say number. You would just always only ever use pin, and then what? You would abrade them if they said, "What are you talking about?"
no. I wouldn't, because that would be weird.
But you
I
say
just
pin number because it makes it easier to understand.
I disagree.
Why are people so proud? Why do people get
I'm not
so proud about how smart they think they are instead of trying to be clear?
Okay, so an example for me, I do say ATM machine sometimes.
No, I usually just say ATM, if I'm being honest. I think that one I feel like...
Genuinely, this might be a region thing. I don't...
Or it could be that nobody says atom and doesn't know. I mean, ATM means automated teller machine. Whether or not you know that's what it means, you know ATM equals this device. Whereas the three letters PIN can mean different things.
It's almost like we know different people.
Are you trying to use my own rhetoric against me in my own style? Is that what... I'm talking TV?
No, I'm taking some of your wisdom, which you...
We're talking tech or are we talking TV?
We're talking tech?
We're talking TV? My family did not get into that. I watched it 6 times. I watched it 6 times. She says it 15 times. We're talking TV? And as with Last One Laughing, you have to also appreciate like that they can't laugh. You're not only trying to be funny, but you know what I'm saying? So like the way they set up that shot with Jack Black and Keenan in the foreground and whatever lens would let her stay in focus in the background.
Hey, everybody. This week's SNL has my favorite sketch of years. I just want to give context. It'll be in notes, but I just want people to know that what you are talking about is from an American sketch show.
Yeah.
We indeed talk.
Here's my impression of you and everybody on the internet. Hey, I have a fact I want to yell.
It's not a fact. It's
context. Hey, you sound like you've just finished chasing a medium-sized sporting dog. Hey guys. But it all depends on, you have to think about clarity. Clarity. Did you watch? Oh, by the way, did you watch? Okay, did you watch the thing I sent? I think I sent it to you. Wasn't I talking up George Fouracres to you?
What kind of Irish is your grandpa?
So did you watch it?
Yes.
Okay. At the end, when he says to Nicola Coughlan, "You're from Derry," and she says it's pronounced Derry, do you hear any difference between those two pronunciations?
No, and none of this is real.
No, I don't either, because I think that's a prank. Syracuse claims he can hear a difference between Derry and Derry. Like Mary and Mary and Mary.
He's smarter than me, so I wouldn't know anything about that.
He's like Roderick Usher, but like even more unpleasant. It's like he's got his senses are. I mean, I haven't read that in years, but in the story I remember, there's this guy, and all of his senses. He's so sensitive to all 5 senses that he like basically just like has to live in a mattress. Like, follow the House of Usher, right? And that's Syracuse. He can't continue operating as long as there's a thing that isn't his idea of perfect. And that is different from a Platonic conception of perfect.
A Platonic conception of perfect.
Yes. What Socrates would have called a form.
Okay, that makes...
No, I mean, no.
Talk about clarity.
No, now who's stopping the conversation? Mary.
It's, I don't know, it's a little decorative.
Now that has got to be a regional thing. I mean, for me. Like, there must be something about where I'm from and being from Cincinnati, but being so... And then, later from Florida. But, like, being from Cincinnati with this strange combination, like, there's a certain kind of West Virginia accent that I have from my West Virginia side of the family, and, like, a certain amount of, obvious, like, Kentucky, just a little bit. But still, it's Cincinnati. I mean, it's Porkopolis. You talk like a person. But... like, I think there must be some kind of weird, like a rock tumbler of language that has sanded all of the differences off words. Like, to me, so many words are Not homophobic. How do you say that? Homophonic? Are they scared of them, or do they sound like them? Like if you saw Paul Lynde coming at you like really fast, like a chihuahua.
Like, oh no, he's a homophone.
He's coming out. He's got. Oh no, here comes the homophones. As an aging homosexual. That was my Julian Clary impression. So we all try the best we can.
Still don't know what decorous means. I can't.
Yeah, that's one of those words. There's a name for this, and I don't know what it is. But, one of those words that we almost, like, well, incredible, credible. That's kind of become meaningless at this point. But it's more commonly used in it's almost never used as decorous. That's an old timey word. You hear people talk about indecorous behavior, like that's an indecorous thing to do. INDECOROUS.
Oh, decorous. Okay.
The beginning. The chorus. Hey, is this the verse of the bridge? I don't think so.
So many different ways.
The chorus. And this is the outro. The fading out outro. What?
Dun.
Dirt. Is that Entrance of the Gladiators?
I think that was one of the jazz breaks in minor.
Oh,
that
one.
And it goes.
That's not. I bet through Zoom that won't have not gotten captured well. But you and I both just did a really sweet, very, if I can say, pretty swinging hi hat swing just there. And so how much? Sorry.
I
back to
was
one.
just sharing 3, 2, 1. I can't hit a hi-hat properly. I don't know what the fancy little like it's very
it's like the way that I can get almost all trash into any trash can from across any room is I don't aim for the area of the trash can. I don't aim for the trash can. I aim for a very specific spot on the trash can. And I think that goes for a lot of stuff in life. I think target specificity and lethality, obviously, and Jesus. Good Friday. Good Friday. I say Great Friday.
Okay.
It's my
hold
cross
on.
to bear. What?
Sidebar.
Hello.
Sometimes I think both of us get promotional texts for things, and I.
Why would you think that?
You block. I don't know, because we live in
Sorry,
the
go
world.
ahead. Sorry.
Use. I have not.
Our wooden
blocked,
world. Yes.
There is a phone case company called Bullstrap.
Bullstrap.
I
I'm
ordered
touching it right now. Touching it right now.
So I ordered a Bullstrap case in 2012 and never got it. And I have been trying to get a fucking. I've been trying to from their customer service whenever
Great
they
anecdote,
send
Alex.
Whenever they send me a promotion.
Did you hear about
I think,
that time?
hey.
Oh my God! You know Alex? You know that really weird kid from the thing? Alex one time in 2012 ordered a phone case and it didn't arrive.
It was like $70, and they never.
I know. That's what makes the story so interesting and durable.
Okay, so I am still on their promotional like text chain, and then this Friday, I get a text 11:03 a.m. The Bullstrap company texts all of, I suppose, the folks on their promotional SMS list. Bullstrap, it's Good Friday. All trackable wallets are 40% off.
Whoa. What? Let's see. Huh?
What the fuck?
Can you? What do you think? What do you think?
Are you going to send me something up for Passover? What?
But like, if we're gonna make it a bit,
that?
let's lean into it. How many different ideas did they reject that weren't as good as Good Friday trackable phone cases? Were there other ideas? I'm just saying, is there any way, if we were a fly on the wall in the room, what were the things they decided were not in good taste for Good Friday, and they wanted to really just be very respectful? Are there any exclamation points in it? Just if you remember, were there any caps or exclamation points?
Yes. At the end.
Okay. Exclamation points and
Friday,
caps are not appropriate on Good
point.
Friday. That's one.
At least, listen, if they had put something like, hey, our like wood or our wood colored case or whatever was on sale, or on Easter Sunday, if they're
right.
The stone cases must go.
Alex has
or
been on this list
something.
for 12 years and we finally nailed it.
I would have been like, all right, fine. You have my $70.
Hey, Doubting
and
Thomas, touch the
phone
side
case.
of this for a 7-ounce press on a
I would have appreciated
sword wound.
I'm sure
Todd
that's
Osborne has a meter for seeing how hard it is to press a button.
who's that? I don't
Project
know.
Farm. It's one of his videos are getting kind of stupid. He did phone cases on Sunday morning and tested 40 phone cases. Or not 40 phone cases, but he tested a fuck ton of phone cases by printing 40 3D models.
Ooh.
And he does his usual Todd Osborne test where you're like, oh, that's kind of fun to watch 7 times, but I don't know how much that really teaches me. But he makes a jig. He's gonna smash it in the side of it to see what happens. Very impressive.
No, this video. Oh my god. I'm so excited. See, I'm subscribed to this guy. Why didn't
Every
this pop up
Sunday at 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m.
immediately?
Yeah. He
But
just did
that's
vacuums last week.
Dang. The fucking this has been a
Great
complaint
anecdote,
of
Alex.
mine of many people.
Really keeping it moving.
When you subscribe,
Really keeping the
to what I
conversation
do,
tearing
but
along.
You brought up this video, and
Yeah, I did, but then you brought up infrastructure
so
again.
good. Oh, this
Because you don't
looks so-
ever really want to talk about, you only want to talk about infrastructure in any case.
No.
In this case,
no.
I tried to talk about an amusing thing, and then you wanted to talk about how you don't like where it comes from because of the
I
infrastructure.
wanted to see this at 10 a.m. on Sundays.
Is there a chance that you did not remember to like and subscribe? Is there any chance at all? Were there any bells that you did not hit?
Looks like I didn't. I haven't hit the join button on.
And if anybody out there doesn't know what we're talking about, that's because it really does help people discover the show. And by Alex never hitting the bell, liking, nor subscribing, that's why you haven't discovered the show, because it never got Alex's help.
Oh, I see.
We're going to test that.
Oh my god. So when you hit the subscribe button,
Oh my God, Alex, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to keep doing this? How is this interesting to anyone?
you can see then if you hit the bell, you can choose
You guys can hear this, right?
all,
It's not just me, right? You're hearing
personalized,
this.
or none. So if you hit the bell and choose none, doesn't that not help people out?
Was a priest versus vicar versus nun?
I think you're thinking of Monsignor.
Oh no, I'm thinking of your senior. You take all the pronouns. My senior. That's a Monsignor. Well, you know what's a really good movie is Spotlight. You ever watch that movie?
Yes.
That's a really good movie. We watched it. That's what we watched on Good Friday, and it started out accidentally. It started out completely accidentally, and then I thought, oh, that's kind of funny. We're doing lots of stuff for reasons about Boston, and that was one that came up. So that's a hell of a movie.
It's funny. On Friday, I watched Doubt.
Oh, is that a PSH?
Yes.
Oh, I've heard that's
Meryl
wonderful. I've heard he's very good in that. Yeah, yeah. And who's the nun? Who's the Monsignor in that? Who's the nun? It's Kate Winslet. No, that's an extras. Kate Winslet is a nun in extras.
Meryl Streep is
Daryl Strawberry.
Meryl.
She always said she wished her name had been Street. She thinks she would have had a better career if her name was Street instead of Streep. She said that on Graham Norton.
Okay, that is very funny. I like that.
Did you recognize that as Melanie Griffith in Body Double?
No.
In the movie we watched this week. In the first act, there's a scene of a woman. Sorry, this is difficult to say. I know what it is. It's a physically perfect woman. There's a physically perfect woman who's not wearing a blouse, with Walkman headphones on, with very, very spiky blonde hair, doing what's the French? An extremely erotic dance.
Porn. Okay, same thing.
What's her name? Hollywood.
I
Something like that. Hollywood. No, it's Body, because it's a pun on the. Again, things that took me too long to realize. It's Body. Her name's something Body, and Body Double is a pun.
Body
Double is the David Cronenberg movie that she appears in. Wait, sorry, no. Sorry, Videodrome. Videodrome was David Cronenberg.
Yeah,
but no. Did you see? Look, did you see those B cups?
I
She
did.
has nipples like clams, Alex. Could have put your eye out on those things. Alex, she had nipples like clams. Do you like seafood? No, I'll just have half a battery.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to loosen LBs.
I've liked clams, both for well. There's different types of shellfish, and
Yeah.
it depends on how you shuck them.
You're kind of
but-
doing a little bit of a Gore Vidal joke from Ben-Hur, I think.
Oh no!
Yeah, you are. You know the scene. You know the scene. You've seen Celluloid
No,
Closet, right? What's that line? What's that great line? What's that great line? What's that great line I'm thinking of? Did Gore Vidal write Ben-Hur? That's the one with all the gay jokes in it, right? Gore Vidal.
I mean, I don't know.
It's not Spartacus. I think it's Ben-Hur. Oh, yeah.
But
What's that line he says? I like oysters as well as blah, blah.
I don't know.
No, he's trying to tell a guy, he's making Charlton Heston like be in gay scenes. And Charlton Heston didn't figure it out for a while.
Oh yeah, I know that. I've seen him touching the boy.
Okay, here it is. My tastes include both snails and oysters. That was a line in a movie in 1959 that Charlton Heston had to receive. He had to receive that line. He had to receive it.
I didn't know that was a line. That
it was written by Gore Vidal. Gore Vidal in 1968 was part of a series of debates on the ABC television network with William F. Buckley. And they got very, very, very heated. And as it happened, these debates, they didn't schedule it this way, but they were happening during some stuff that was going on in Europe town right there with some burly men in blue helmets beating the shit out of hippies. And they had these series of debates, and they got more and more and more heated. And then at one point, Gore Vidal, who was famously gay and drunk a lot, and there's William F. Buckley, who is famously how he is and drunk a lot, and they got into a very heat. Have you ever heard this line? This is one of my all-time favorite lines. They get into this big fight. This is on air live on ABC. This is happening prime time, and at one point, I think the word he uses, Gore Vidal refers to William F. Buckley in 1968 on TV. He refers to him as a crypto-fascist, which is a word that some of us know now. But that was not, I don't think, a broadly used word in 1968. You're somebody who is a fascist masquerading as you're not a fascist. You're a crypto-fascist. And then, if memory serves, what William F. Buckley said to the author Gore Vidal, the writer of Ben-Hur, 1959, what he said to him on air on ABC in 1968 while guys in the blue helmets are beating the shit out of hippies, what he said to him was, call me a crypto-fascist one more time, and I'll sock you in the face so hard you'll stay plastered. He said that on TV, William F. Buckley. The F is for freedom. Or fun.
I'm not a Buckley stan.
Buckley.
But
Buckley Stan sounds like somebody shooting footage of girls in bathrooms. His name's like Buckley William Stan.
I'm no Buckley
William Stan on trial for him.
Gore Vidal.
The Gore Vidal.
He experienced a lot of homophobia.
Yep.
I ruined the joke because of my stammer.
No, you did great.
He's also
it was very gory.
famously a dick and was mean to my dead boyfriend Truman Capote. So I just
you're not from that time. You don't understand how brutal Queens used to be. And part of the appeal was how withering aging gay men could be. And especially to and about each other. Now, I personally, get ready, I instead am an ally.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You see, if you don't clap a little bit, it won't sound like clapping.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's been a while. It's been a year. It's been a year.
Gore Vidal would clap.
Okay.
He didn't clap back with Truman Capote. He just tried to sue him. That's not what you do. You do a campy
Truman Capote was otherwise so put together and organized in everything else he did. My friend Michael and I, go to a. It's 1988. It's 1988. And my friend Michael and I go to the local gay bar on a Tuesday night because local gay bar on Tuesday nights. If you've heard the story, you get to hear it again. You get to hear me do the line again. I like to do this story once a year. It's Tuesday night. It's a gay bar, and we go to what everybody in the '80s called New Wave Night. You know, it was kind of in some ways closer to goth or industrial, but like it was turning into that time where it got a little bit more, Nine Inch Nail-y. But no, we were there for like, the Sisters of Mercy and the Smiths of it all. And it was a gay bar most of the other nights of the week. Just Tuesday was a slow night. And the guys who were coming there for the gay bar part would still continue to come there and basically just tolerate the college students that were there to dance to boppy bop bop music. Boppy bop 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 boppy boppy bop bop bop. Doing dance with a clove cigarette with the posture of a half question mark. And there's a doorman. He's the same doorman as always there, and he's got to be, he's probably 65, and he's Southern, and he's a queen. Oh, Natchez. Write down Natchez. Natchez. I'm writing this down.
Natchez.
Anyway, you all have heard the story. I'm going to say it again. My friend Michael and I, we go and we show our ID and pay our $2 or $3 cover fee to get in. And Michael's like, oh man, because I forget the guy's name, but we got to know him a little bit because we go there every Tuesday night. And he goes, wow. And he says to the fellow, Michael says, oh man, it must be so. Is it really weird for you to have like such a different crowd coming in here, from the usual nights? And the man said to Michael, oh, as far as I'm concerned, all you new waivers are in purgatory. What he said, as far as I'm concerned, all you new waivers are in purgatory. He said that one Tuesday night in 1988, and I still think about it a lot. Now that's the kind of guy that would sue a Capote. Sue a Capote.
He would have threatened. He would have written about He would have held that over his head.
Oh
also,
my God. Yes, but what about YouTube? It's so difficult to use.
The way.
How much what have you done? Have you watched? You watched Sam Campbell. Have you watched Sam Campbell more than once?
No, I have not.
Have you watched it once?
Yes.
Did you watch it all the way through?
Yes.
Have you gotten to the second smirk? Have you gotten to the second smirk cam?
Yes,
because you're not into this enough yet.
Laughing at things people aren't seeing. Yeah, they can't see the bell, but they can't see the paddle boat either.
The pedal boat? What are you talking about? The
bell that you need to hit in order to really help the show.
Wait, what are you talking about? What did I do?
Not infrastructure. I don't know why I'm suddenly the infrastructure guy. Did
you read the document Claude wrote me about mechanical hooks?
No.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
Definitely not about.
I was put on the internet last night on the other site. It's really good. And so we should probably talk about the movie. I just think Lucia Keskin is really something. I started watching her TV show.
Oh,
which has her step cousin in it.
Yes, it does.
That kid is really funny. They must be very close. I mean, but by which I just mean I guess on one level, I don't know. For some reason, I don't imagine her spending hours and hours and hours at like improv practice. But she's obviously a trained singer. She's obviously a trained lots of things, right? I mean, have you heard her sing? Have you seen her famous YouTube video impersonating people? I mean, I don't know if she sounds like Ariana Grande exactly, but her singing voice is exquisite.
Yes.
And their jokes and their little weird family sex energy is so odd, and that kid's eyes are so sparkling. And Sam Campbell's like, "What's going on? What was that knowing glance? Like, what was that? Stop doing that." Poor Sam Campbell. I don't know what this is. I don't know. Diane Morgan. Yeah, you know who Diane Morgan is? Yeah, she wouldn't do this. Oh man, I like stuff that makes me happy.
But who doesn't? Who? Well, don't answer that question. Don't answer it. I've walked through.
I don't know. I mean, I don't. You know, I don't know. I mean, you know. Yeah, we're all doing our best. Okay. Ben-Hur. That's a lot. Is it okay? Should we just stop? Leave all those parentheses open and talk about this very interesting film. Should we do that?
I think we've already been talking about it, especially because I didn't think it was very interesting. Because
those are two different things.
What are no we?
You think we talked about it, but it wasn't interesting?
I think.
Oh, so it's your way of saying stop talking about it, Merlin. Okay.
No. Did you like the film that I thought this was?
Did I like the film that you thought?
I thought was directed by Alex Gibson, who is not Alex Ross Perry, and that's where
but also then be sure to mix in. Don't forget to mix in some Alex Gibney. I am constantly confusing Alex Gibney and Alex Gibson.
Exactly.
No, wait. I'm sorry. Am I having a stroke? Those are the ones, right? Alex Gibney does documentaries. And he does like that really good Scientology movie and so forth. Alex, no, who's the guy who did the robot movie with Bill Weasley? Is it 2 letters, 2 words? Ex Machina. Who's that? Who's Ex Machina?
Fuck. Ooh.
Isn't that Alex Gibson?
No.
What about Adam Curtis? Do you ever get confused about him? Alex Garland. Oh my God, Alex. You're an Alex too.
I know.
You're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Alex Cox. Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody.
I really sold the...
Alicia Vikander.
Alicia.
She plays the robot. She plays the robot, and she also plays the that pervert, the South Korean pervert guy.
Yes,
that movie. No, the South
Sure.
Korean pervert guy makes the movie about the girl, the Catwoman, catsuit girl. What's it called? Oh, I could look here. I'm pivoting. Jason Bourne. Huh? She's in Jason Bourne. She's in The Green Knight. She's in. Wait. Oh man, I might need to go get some kind of like special care.
Oh,
Hang on, I got it. No, it's called. No, what is it called? The TV show. It's called Irma Vep.
Okay.
Do you know about the pervert? You know about the pervert guy?
No,
he's making a movie about a perverted director who makes perverted movies about a girl who dresses up in a little outfit. And he's made several movies. I don't know if you're following this, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
This is something. There's at least 2, and I think possibly 3 media events by this person, and they're all about. One of them has, I think it's Maggie Chung, is in the one in the 90s.
Chung.
Brother, Chung.
Sorry,
Maggie Law and Order, I call her. Executive producer Dick Wolf. Yes, he do. He do Dick Wolf. Monsignor. Oh, Monsignor. So he made a lot of pervert movies about a pervert who's pervert.
I think this. Oh no, I have not seen this.
Okay, well, I'll put you out of your misery. I'll put you out of your misery. This is a movie that I thought was interesting. That was about. It's called Video Heaven. Just we don't have to talk about it. We can just close it. But just so we've talked about it. And it's Video Heaven, and it's a very, very, very long movie that took 10 years to make. That is about the role, how depictions of video stores like have evolved over time, and how it's not just the chronology though. It's not just like it's like how you deploy, how scenes in video stores have been deployed in films, and I thought it was fascinating.
Okay, I want to know why you thought it was fascinating, only because I mostly want to hear a little bit of what we touched on last week in the after show, which is your
I don't want to make you talk about it if you didn't like it.
No. The reason I didn't, I kind
you didn't catch that was 2 hawks, if I could say.
It was.
I'm guessing you were probably looking at your phone while you were watching it.
No, I think that.
What's your second favorite Maya Hawke movie?
I don't know.
I know. So you're looking at your phone.
No. What is? Why did you think that?
Welcome to the podcast where one person demands that the other person describe why they think something's good. Please remember to like and subscribe.
No. You were talking about your experiences with video rental stores.
That's the entire point of the first act of the movie, Alex.
Yeah, and
do you remember? They're still in the opening scene when Maya Hawke is narrating a scene with her father. And and Alex Ross Perry, the person who made this movie, makes the point of saying that every video store was always about the past, but now on top of that, mostly somebody your age and younger, like now we're watching a thing about the past that was about the past, and whether we realize it or not, it reveals things about what we thought of ourselves at a given time by seeing how we used the idea of a video store in a film.
I guess
You're probably
I
looking at your phone.
I thought it was a little bit on the nose and a little bit like,
That was a senior thesis. It's written the way you'd write
yeah.
a senior thesis. Okay. Wow.
And
You're so hostile to documentaries.
if I
You
no,
really
but
are.
yes, me, yes, Alex Cox.
Well, I
famously-
don't care how you derive that particular unsavory bit, that indecorous bit, but that's a haha funny bit, like something I liked a lot. You just go like, bonk, I made a decision at this point in the movie. Bonk.
No,
No.
am spoiled probably
Yes,
by
so much
Adam
quality.
Curtis. Actually,
Alex Garland.
after you've seen hypernormalization, I
I
think
got to see that someday.
you're. I think I don't know a lot of. I mean, this wasn't a a little bit. My favorite parts of this documentary were the clips of news segments or
Yeah, for sure.
commercials for
Like, watch out,
video-
kids are just going into stores and renting horror movies, and then they're being abducted.
Yes, and the
And
thing
he
was,
references the satanic panic. Also, one of the things was, I think they say this in the movie, is that like every independent video store I used to go to that wasn't, fancy, and most of them were not fancy. It was a bunch of people buying as much of the cheapest stuff as they could get to like really bulk up their, inventory. And horror, people liked horror. People liked horror, but people made a lot of horror, and people sold a lot of horror. Because a lot of times when a kid whose parents have enough money to have a VCR goes into the store, he is renting Texas Chainsaw Massacre or The Exorcist or what have you. Those kinds of things. And so horror, in the same way that plastic was never a sustainably recyclable resource, it was just three different components of the 90s economy led to recycling seeming useful for a minute, and now it isn't. In that similar way, there's this way in which only in that particular set of conditions could horror have gotten as big as it got. And it was the one genre above a lot of others that was just everywhere. And the more movies you had in there, the more movies people rented. And sometimes they'd be on special. And if Max were here, he could say this is a materialist argument for like how a certain set of circumstances at a certain time are really utterly unique. Like the moment when Blockbuster could have bought Netflix for $50 million and said no thanks.
oh God,
Can you imagine that? Can you even imagine that?
Can you imagine using Blockbuster's Netflix, not even clone, but they had a service where they would mail you DVDs.
Did you just say, can I imagine that?
And well,
Are you talking to the very, very young?
the
Because that's what Netflix was for me until just a few years ago.
no, I'm
I was on the 3 DVD plan, and they're just down the road, so you would frequently get your movies the next day.
It was very funny to we subscribed to to Netflix, which was amazing because of the 3 DVD plan, and then I would rip all of them in Handbrake, and now they live on my
Infrastructure.
It was great. That's not infrastructure.
I'm sorry, what is it?
ripped a bunch
Sorry,
of
I
DVDs,
misspoke.
and
Go
it
ahead.
was awesome in high school to be able to rip an entire season of 6 Feet Under when your parents didn't want you watching 6 Feet Under.
When Alex goes to the butt doctor and they say, "What are your poops like?" Alex just describes their toilet.
The way
Actually, it'd be useful to get a little more of a sense of what your bolus are like in shape and consistency.
the
I'm a
only
fancy
way
corporate lawyer who might be a chicken.
the only way that I experienced video rental stores was Blockbuster.
Because they'd run everybody out of town by that point.
yeah,
I bet you had at least a couple. Like we had one here called La Video. There's Last Weekend Video. There's all these ones where it's like these places where they're like holdouts into the DVD era, but like, oof, they're like the last ones standing, before the Walmart just crushes everything.
There was this was even one of the chains, I think, Family Video, where it sat empty in a strip mall, but because
Remember, you would just build a building for like
Great.
a Blockbuster or a
Yep.
Hollywood Video. Like Hollywood Video was like the mall one that was like fancy and a little more Chuck E. Cheese in terms of trying to seem like a fun place to hang out. You know, Blockbuster had the quality of like the worst parts of a warehouse and a library and probably a morgue, like all in one, like hugely lit. But you know, that makes you feel comfortable and safe, which is part of Blockbuster's brand, I think. Whereas Hollywood Video was a little more like, hey, like it's a little more zazzle, but like it's like the way they make a building for a Chili's, and you're like, what the fuck could this ever be besides this thing? You know, it's
Well,
just
in
weird.
my neighborhood I grew up in, now it's a Five Guys, but the Blockbuster
Is that called a
was
flupple?
Ew. Ew.
No, like with consent. When five men fuck. Seven Chinese brothers.
I
Seven meets
dare
three
you.
cheeses.
I dare you to find
Happy birthday, Jesus.
I dare you.
There once was a man from Nantucket. What?
Gonna kink shame me on national TV.
Whom?
SNL was really good
I
this week.
crossed a bear.
I
I
like.
have a tattoo of your wife. I feel bad about that. That's a really fucking funny show. And I'm telling you, man, I don't want to say I told you so, but I think this is the year Ashley Padilla finally starts getting her due.
I hope so.
It's crazy to me that she's still featured. She is the star of that show.
They talk in tech.
Talking tech? You talking tech? You talking TV?
It's numbers. One.
I've had it up to. I've had it to here. It's got all the numbers. Oh, I don't think it has. I don't think it has.
My
She had to crush up her pills and put it in her beans.
gotta
Trick herself like a dog.
my first exposure to SNL, the DVDs of the best of.
Oh, those are so good. The Will Ferrell one. The Will Ferrell one was so good. I had that.
Yep. And it was I laughed when Video Heaven started off with Hamlet. Is it officially called Hamlet 2000?
I'm not sure. I've never. I've seen. I've seen. I think it's actually might be even be on my Plex, but I've never watched it.
I haven't.
But you know, at the time he was a real up and coming. Like he'd broken out from like the School Ties days, and now was like kind of on his way as like one of the like young, kind of like boy, I can never get this right. Diane Wiest is the mother of River Phoenix. Rivers Cuomo is the singer from Weezer.
Yes.
Mario Cuomo has a son that used to be the governor. Now, Diane Wiest, she's very talented. And she was in this movie. That's what made me think of it. She's the mom in, what movie were they showing? Was it Lost Boys? But she's the mom. And that, you know, Diane Wiest, you know that actress? She's terrific.
No, but I know Richard Gilmore, who apparently is in Lost Boys, and just showed up.
I'm sorry. Yes. How funny is that? You're like, wait a minute. Did I drop 2 decades? Like, shouldn't he be 80 in this? I always want to say Bernard Herrmann, but I think that's the guy who wrote Hitchcock soundtracks. His name is Herrmann. Last name Herrmann, first name what? But he plays Rory Gilmore's grandfather.
Yes.
And he's also in a really good early episode of MASH when he looks to be exactly the same age.
He was a handsome.
He kind of looks like Cameron Crowe cosplaying as Oscar Wilde. Go look up the images. You'll see what I mean.
Cameron.
Do you know what Cameron Crowe looks like?
Yes.
And do you know what Oscar Wilde looks like? Now imagine that's Stephen Fry.
Ever. You're right. It's
the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
The Video Haven opening with Hamlet was this is a little bit of infrastructure.
Because you can't make a choice. Get it?
I remember
you can't make a choice. That's Hamlet.
I can't choose how I am.
No, but that's the bit. That's the bit. That's the file card. The slightly inaccurate file card, well, numerously in fact, of Hamlet is that it's a play about a 19-year-old kid who can't commit to a decision.
And
that's the bit.
I really need to watch that movie now because that seems like
no. Watch the Kenneth Branagh one. It's really good. Or watch the one with the 10th Doctor.
I love the one with the 10th.
Oh, he is so sexy.
And well, so is Kenneth Branagh.
Absolutely. Oh, he's so good in that.
That one.
Poor Kate Winslet. Papadums are bread, Kate Winslet. Papadums are bread.
When you went to videos, like Blockbuster, it really was. It was like a little Disney. Not a. I know they compare it to Disney. I think my hawk compares it to Disney in video heaven. But there were like aisles in Blockbuster where I would just always go
Oh,
because
yes.
it had the movies that weren't as popular, like Hamlet 2000, and I remember it being.
Well,
right.
well, I love the point that, but just real quick in passing, this is something I'd never heard, and this is one of the numerous things in this movie that blew my mind. You understand the difference between what we used to call mom and pop video stores. You could even have like regional or local stores versus, I mean, but honestly, it's a very useful dichotomy that endured for a pretty long time. Mom and pop, completely independent shops over here that were ridiculously lucrative for a few years, and then the corporate ones over here. And like, but the differences in those two is kind of mind-boggling ultimately, because it does come down to, like they say in the movie, the tastes of the person making decisions, etc. But here's the biggest thing is that like to have a video store, you couldn't really have a video store as video store. Like video store as a freestanding thing if you didn't have at least 1,000 titles. But ideally you wanted 2,000 or 3,000 titles. And Blockbuster had 10,000 titles in every store. Which that really does tell you a story. You know?
I didn't really, not didn't buy, but the whole, well, as you say, that Max would say, the materialist sort of media analogy they make. I mean,
about what? About the
media, the video store like commoditized media, and I'm like, I don't have enough experience and don't have
the
enough.
Video store commoditized media. That's one of your big takeaways from this.
No, that I think that might be a literal line, and that was kind of when I was like,
what are you talking about? What does that mean?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That I'm like, wait.
I don't know quite how to phrase this in a way that won't sound sarcastic, but I'm not. I'm sorry I didn't see the thing that I didn't know was there about the movie.
I think I want to put it.
It's okay. We don't have to talk about this. I mean, we can talk about it if you are particularly
interesting, because I kept feeling like, all right, this feels to me like when I'm lucky enough to be in a place where there are still a lot of independent bookstores. And as a kid, there really weren't, like in the suburbs, there was Borders. And even if you went to a different town, the Borders was the same, kind of like Blockbuster. And
like Walmart. Like you're going to get the same box of Tide wherever you go. And no matter how much you like Elliott Smith, you can't have a different box of Tide.
But I guess those 10,000.
I'm helping you so much. That was so smart, and you don't even realize how much I'm helping your argument. But you're trying to stick too much to media, which is fine. Except that I want to make sure that we're underscoring that cookie cutter, if you like, nature, right? So in the same way that sure, Walmart cares about the data at a given store, they need to know how to optimize that, right? But it's not because they care that much about Texarkana, Texas, per se. And in a similar way, like it's not that Blockbuster wants to serve the diverse needs of your community. It wants to be the only video store, right? And so like it benefits them to have everything there and for taste to be something that is left exclusively in the eye of the beholder, but also that you not be exposed to things that might upset you and make you worry about the credibility of the store. So you're not going to see Melanie Griffith's bosoms like on a poster, for example, at Blockbuster any more than you would see it at Walmart. Isn't that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, and I guess my question and what I can't seem to. I mean, I guess that the way that as talked about through the entire film, my main exposure to video stores is as a plot device. And I'm
really?
like, yeah.
Whoa. Is that true for you?
Yeah. They were gone. Like even
you were 10 in 2000. So when that Hamlet movie came out, just kind of randomly around the same time, when you were 10 years old, if you went to a video store, it was Blockbuster, yes?
Yes.
Full stop. And it was there going there with adults. And then by the time you were 15, what would that make that? 20,
By the time I was
2005.
15, I was barely going there because, Netflix, I don't remember when actual like streaming started, but I had been, getting
Yeah,
the
yeah,
DVDs.
yeah.
And but by then
Also, you had cable
almost all of
probably.
the
Like there was still a lot. There was still a fair amount to do out there. And if you wanted something, that was the age of like you could get something if you wanted it. That was like when I was buying DVDs off of Amazon. Like just the shitty early 2000s DVDs for $15 or whatever. But that is really different from having gone in and like getting to know this clerk at that record store and knowing to avoid that clerk at that record store. It's a really different way of thinking about it. And like there's a whole Seinfeld episode about the Beauty and the Beast episode where Elaine is falling in love with the recommendations of Vincent. Do you remember this?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm like, did this really happen? Is my sort of
Did it
like
really happen?
kind of like
Yeah,
what
1,000% happened.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's just like this in the hobby shop is like all I cared about.
Okay. See, that is much more interesting, and I think.
Did you think they were constructing this? Like from?
Well, okay, hold on.
Did you guys
hold
really
on.
used to go to gas stations? What would you buy there? Why would you go to a gas station?
The way that record stores are from overly romanticized, and I mean, I don't know.
Yes. I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, like High Fidelity.
Exactly. That
I mean, like
my-
that's talk about building self-mythologizing, or Empire Records or any of that kind of stuff.
What was your like prime age of? See, this was the other thing I kind of wish they got into more because I didn't really realize that video stores and video rental places went together. Does that make sense? Like at Blockbuster, you wouldn't.
And in my case, we would rent a
and-
VCR.
Yeah.
You
like
would rent basically a suitcase with a plug that played VHS tapes.
Did you ever own VHSs without ever owning a VHS machine?
Really good question. I remember the first commercial videotape I ever bought was REM Succumbs, which is a collection of their videos. I'm pretty sure I got that, or it might have been The Cutting Edge, MTV's The Cutting Edge episode with Jonathan Richman. I'm pretty sure I owned a VCR before I bought those. What I can tell you is the first CD I ever owned, very much I had before I owned a CD player, and it meant the world to me. But even before I had a CD, even before I had a CD player, my girlfriend, because she had a CD player, bought me a copy of REM's Murmur on CD for Christmas because she knew it was my favorite album. Isn't that a sweet thing to do? Isn't that a thoughtful thing to do? I've still got it.
Oh, that's very sweet and very special.
Yeah.
The reason I asked is because just by like happenstance, I had DVDs before we actually had a DVD player because
but they were pretty. That's the thing, because like CD players at that point, even though I didn't have one, the thing I guess it shouldn't go without saying is that lots of people did have them. Some people had them in their car, and in your case, even though you didn't have let alone your own Griffin Newman style private TV area with a VCR, even if you didn't have your own, or even if your family didn't have it, DVD players were already they were picking up fast by that time, right?
Yeah,
we had a DVD player. Yeah, we for sure had a DVD player by 2005.
It was truly a matter of our computer had one, and the rest of my family was like, no, we'll just watch our.
Wasn't the PlayStation 2 a big thing for that?
Yes.
It was a lot of people's first Blu-ray player, or was that right?
The PlayStation 3 is still my only Blu-ray player other than the one that rips Blu-rays.
What's funny, the little no-name Blu-ray, HD Blu-ray box I've got is by Sony, and I bet the guts and the software are virtually identical.
See, yeah, that's interesting in the way, and again, another little sliver of this movie mentioned. Oh yeah, in media, people, a character would be like, do you have it on we have it on Laserdisc and on VHS and Betamax, and that wasn't a thing.
That's a pretty short period of time.
That's that is interesting to me, and I can't.
It was all beta. It was, if you were in this world, and at least everybody I knew, I can only speak for myself, and that's all I will do. In the 70s, the people I knew who had a VCR, or VTR as we call it, if you have people I knew who had a VCR, absolutely, they all had a beta. I'd never heard of VHS. I didn't know what that meant. To me, Betamax was like synonymous with videotapes. And then, in what seemed like the blink of an eye, around 81 or 2, whenever that, the licensing changed. Alec has a good technology connections about all of this. But that, where was I saying? Alec, tech, the fun,
having multiple, going to a video store and getting.
Oh yeah. But in the same way that, like, I mean, I can't believe I had the presence of mind to set out the Blu-ray versus HD video. Like, I'm usually the kind of person who's there and has an opinion. At least I used to be the kind of person who had opinions about stuff like that. But I was like, nope, I'm going to wait that one out. I was like, I already feel a little bit stung about all the shit I bought on DVD, when I already had like a VHS version or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But
one of my last memories of Blockbuster was them having the Blu-ray and the HDVDs right next to each other, and that's when they were also selling.
And think about how that cuts into your inventory, though. Like, it's like that way that I mean, I know everybody knows this word. I learned about this because of Apple. The idea of a SKU. It's one thing to refer to, like, oh, we have this laptop line. Okay, well, what kind of laptop? Oh, well, this is the MacBook Pros. Oh, but what size MacBook Pro? Oh, it's whatever, 14-inch MacBook Pro. Okay, but with what? How much RAM and hard drive, and like each one of those branches creates, by the time you get down to color, configuration, probably internationalization, I don't know, you're creating a new SKU for each one of those. And I don't know what that means, and I don't really care, but it means like this is a specific, precise inventory type. It's like John Doe, the great John Doe, says in that song, See How We Are. I got 500 kinds of Coke, 200 kinds of cigarettes, and this freedom of choice in the USA is driving everybody crazy.
Yes.
I heard that song on the Cutting Edge video that I bought on VHS in 1987, the one that has Jonathan Richman. But that's not sustainable. It's not, you can't, if you're, even if you're Blockbuster, like, first of all, Blockbuster already, like, oh shit, we need to have 100 copies of Basic Instinct on Tuesday, or there's going to be a huge problem. Why? Because that's the day it comes out. And this is like every single Blockbuster needs to be able to fill the gaping maw of, whatever, Paul Verhoeven movie or whatever has just come out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. On top of that, then you got 10,000 titles, which is different from 10,000 discs or tapes. 10,000 titles is different. That means, like, if you've got two copies of The Remains of the Day, well, you're probably in a pretty lucrative area. But but that didn't last for too long. And the Laserdisc thing, I always read that Laserdisc seems like they'd been around forever. First time I ever saw a Laserdisc was at a Sears, I think, in 1978. And this very enthusiastic salesman at Sears, I was just waiting to play the Atari. And this guy was doing these demos of what you could do with laser discs and how you could go through like a frame at a time. And he pulled up this segment from Jaws 2 and shows how you can see where a helicopter is dropping a bomb that causes an explosion. But like people didn't really need that.
The fidelity of it, or
yeah, that you could go, because you couldn't do that with not really. VHS, like, videotape is not really optimized for frame by frame. That's not how it works.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas this is, I think, like the way we think of, like, I versus P now. Like, each frame is its own photograph.
Yeah. That's another thing that lives only in my head as plot points or jokes in media. Like those CD players that had you could hold like 5 discs at once, and it was like, oh my god,
yeah.
You can
I had one of those.
listen to 5 in a row and
shuffle. They would do shuffles, and if you don't mind 30 seconds between songs and a lot of whirring.
That is very impressive, I think. That almost seems like a Gutenberg CD situation, because you gotta lift and then move it, and I'm like, what?
I know. Well, Well,
I think
if you're
cool.
interested in this kind of nonsense, check out Technology Connections. Alec has some amazing series on. I don't know. So I love them all. I've watched all of his stuff. I think, but like he has big long series about different kinds of technology, and like there's a really good series on laser discs. And there's a really good series on videotape history. But like there's one where he talks about these weird like Frankenstein devices. Like, there's some kinds of things that can do a Blu-ray and a DVD in this way, but then there's some that do it in that way, and it involves arms and apertures, and it's like trying to miniaturize a jukebox into something that fits in a rack stereo. It's interesting stuff.
I should really remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah, good point. Well done.
I know.